guys, it's Misty and Finn. This is my little Pomeranian Finn. He is a he was my little rescue. He was about 10 years old when we got him. We've had him for a couple of years now. He was considered an old dog, but he sure makes us plenty happy. He's got a little heart murmur, and he's got about 4 teeth in his whole head, so he's very, very dangerous. Say hi. Say hello, everybody. Are you ready to get down? Yeah, he's not feeling social. Alright. So, go on, Pimpin. So, today, extra fun, because we have I've been to Joann's. Okay, so tell me, am I the only person who still calls Joann Joann's? Because I just cannot, I cannot remember that. It just seems so odd to me. I have never gotten in the habit of taking the S off. Okay, so I was at Joann's, and I was looking for yarn that I hadn't seen before, or at least I hadn't tried before. So just like before, I'm super interested all the time in where the dollars and cents are going. So I always try to break it down to see what I'm paying for skein, what I'm paying for per cake, what I'm paying, per ounce or per yard of yarn. I've always done that. I've always liked to break things down mathematically to get to the true cost, right? So what's a better value for your dollar? So do you guys like that information? Let me know, because I think that especially, like, say if you do craft fairs, or you sell on Etsy, or you go to the farmer's market, how much are you putting into your craft financially really weighs on what you charge, so that you can come out ahead of what you've already spent. So that's always been super important to me, and I just want to give you guys the same information. So let me know how you feel about that. So it just so happens, when I was at Joann's, that every yarn that I picked up that I hadn't seen or hadn't worked with before happened to be Lion Brand yarns. I thought that was really odd. The whole bag is full of Lion Brand yarns. So we're basically going to do a Lion Brand haul today that we got from Joann. So they had, I'm just going to dive in here and start from the beginning, okay? So they had these Hugh Me. Now, this has been around, I want to say that it was released a year ago. I'm not sure, but I had not worked with it at all, and the label looked new to me. I hadn't, if I had seen this, I don't remember seeing it in any of my local stores. So, but of course I am in Maine, so I think that we might actually be the last place that gets everything. We're having a brilliant snow day today, so, but so we got these Hugh Me, and honestly, there was not very many. They did not have very many colors of this. So this is what I got. I got the, you know what? Sorry. I almost forgot. I'm an old lady. Okay. So I got saffron, and this one is spicy. And then I got, this one is Bellini, and this one is rose water. Okay, So they had a couple of each of these colors, except the rose water. They only have one of those, and then I think they may have had like a teal or some type of blue, and that's all they had of this. So let me tell you a little bit about it. But the colors are beautiful. That's the first thing that I noticed. I was really drawn to the colors. Now, Two of Wands paired with Lion Brand for this. I'm sure I already said that. The girl that started Two of Wands, her name is Alexandra or Alexi. I may be wrong about that. But she is, she's in New York City, I think, and she's like a knitwear designer. And she's paired up with him. I also think that she like does a blog. I know she's got some stuff on YouTube. So you can check that out. Just look up Two of Wands and you'll be able to find her. She's an adorable young girl. So, it's a chunky wool blend. And it's a bulky 5, and I do absolutely agree with that. They're wanting or recommending a K hook, 6.5 millimeter, and also 6.5 in knitting needles. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool, machine washable and dryable, which is really nice. Let's see if there's anything else. It's 137 yards. Honestly, comparing it to like Woolies, which now Alexandra, the girl who started Two of Wands, she said she was inspired by the Woolies. There was a brand, well, not a brand, but there was a branch of like Woolies that had been discontinued that she liked, that she sort of based this choice on. So let's get into what the cost was here. Alright, so by the way, everything that I got, I broke down the cost at Joann's and anywhere else. Sorry, that's all. You okay, Finn? You okay, buddy? Alright. You alright? Yeah, you're alright. Eat your dinner. Okay, so I broke down the cost at Joann's, but then I also went to lionbrand.com to compare the price there. All the Lion Brand at Joann's is on sale 25% this week. Lion Brand is also running a sale right now. And all these things I also tried to find at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby was a no-go. They only had like 4 Lion Brand types on their website, and none of them was what I got. And Michael's only carried one of these. So, I didn't try any of the other like yarn distributors. I only was looking at like where I'm shopping locally, and then lionbrand.com. But that's where I base these prices from. So at Joann's, the retail cost of this is $8.99, and it's on sale right now for $6.74. And so if you're going to buy a bunch of it for a project, that's going to come out to about 5 cents a yard. Now, it does come in 24 colors, but my Joann's was really stripped to the bone for colors. There just really wasn't much to choose from. Now, they did have more colors online, but they only were offering 18 of the 24 colors that's available in this yarn. So they also online, you could get the buy the 3 skeins at a time, and it was a little bit cheaper that way. So then I went over to Lion Brand. Now they came in pretty much quite a bit cheaper. They were $6.99 for retail compared to the $8.99 at Joann's. And the sale price there this week is $4.54. So that's coming out to 3 cents a yard compared to Joann's 5 cents a yard. So if you wanted to make a garment out of this or some sort of blanket, it would definitely be worth it to save that extra money and get it for the cheaper price. Now, Michael's did have it, but only in the 3-packs. And the 3-packs, even if you broke them down price per skein, they were more expensive than they are at Lion Brand. So, as far as my opinion on the yarn, it does feel quite a bit like wool leaves. It is bulky, and it's pretty soft. It feels like you would expect it to feel. The real star of the show with these, I think, are the colors. All of the colors in this collaboration are all very muted tones. So you can get several colors that are in the same family, that are just a little understated. So the color selection here is like super current to what's going on now, just in basic fashion and what's trending, So everything's a little understated, a little bit softer, and muted. So they're beautiful color schemes to look at. So it's definitely worth looking at that. So next, okay, so I got this, it's a collaboration with Schitt's Creek, and I've been looking at it for a little while. I was like, I don't know, it just looks like regular yarn. I hadn't even paid much attention to it. I just thought it's, I know that the show is very popular, or was very popular, and I thought, well, it's just kind of gimmicky, and I'm not that interested. But the other day when I was there, I just picked one up and realized that it's really quite hefty, and also I actually really like this yarn. It is, well, right side up would help. It is a 4-weight, and I agree, it is literally quintessential 4-weight there, if you ask me. It is 372 yards, so good yardage on that. It's, it's pretty hefty. And let's see, it is, it's 100% acrylic. It's machine wash on the gentle cycle and tumble dry. So that's good. And it's basically just a relatively nice, thick yarn. I think that it really compares to the Loops and Threads Impeccable. I think it's a little softer than that. It's definitely cushier because the Loops and Threads is a little bit more constructed. And so it's got a little more fluff in the yarn itself, in the strands. But it's really nice. And honestly, I was looking at the colors. They have a color online of this in a black called Black Crow that is absolutely beautiful. So I'm thinking about getting some of that. Price wise, Joann's, these are okay. So these retail at Joann's at $10.99. Now retail at Lion Brand is $9.99. So there's $1 difference there. Okay. And when I see $10.99, I'm like, ugh. That feels kind of high to me. On sale, and the price I paid was $7.99, which I still thought was pretty high compared to some of the yarns that I was buying. Now, At Lion Brand, they are on sale right now for $6.49. So that's a pretty decent difference, and they have 8 colors. So at Joann's, the cost per yard comes down to 2 cents a yard. And at Lion Brand, it's coming in at under 2 cents. It's a little bit more than a penny, but not much. So, yard for yard, this is actually a really nice buy for a really decent yarn. I mean, I like it, and you could get quite a bit done with just one skein of this. So I like this. I'm excited to use it. I can't believe I've ignored it as long as I have. So let's see what's next. All right. Okay. This is an oddball for me. This is Landscapes Breeze. Now, I'm really struggling to kind of figure this yarn out. Okay. When you walk up to it, it looks very silky and soft. And I mean, it's yarn. It's not hard. I mean, it is soft, but it's not as silky. Like you see it, and it's just like you want to rub it, and it's not as silky as you think it's going to be. One positive thing, one cool thing, it is chain spun, and I do like to work with chain spun. I think that the visual aesthetic of the stitch itself just comes out really nice with a chain spun yarn. I do have a little concern about what do you call this? The shed effect that this yarn has. I mean, so I feel like, of course, when I look at anything that sheds, I think outer garments, hats, mittens, something that would go like over my outerwear, over my coat, something like that. Maybe like a boot cuff or something that's not going to be like touching the softer fabrics that I might be wearing. But, it is beautiful. Also, I noticed online when I was looking at the different places and prices, I don't know how good that color is coming out on the camera here. But this is the color Seashell. And I can tell you right now that online, it looks greener than it is in person. Not in a bad way. In person, there's a lot more teal and blue and gray. And online, it's like the photograph is just coming across with a lot more green. And it's like blending some of those colors. Like the colors are a little bit too complex, and the camera's not picking it up well, if you know what I mean. It's just showing a little too green, and it's missing some of those teals and grays that are really quite visible when you look at it in person. It's actually much prettier in person, I think, than it was in the picture. So this is 157 yards. It is a 4-weight. They recommend a 6mm. It is okay, modal, 68% modal. Hey Google, how do you pronounce modal?
That's pronounced modal.
Okay, it's modal. 68% modal, 26% acrylic, 6% wool. So, it's made in Turkey, and it is machine wash gentle, lay flat to dry. So, let's compare prices here. At Joann, it is $7.62 retail. It is $5.62 on sale, and it comes out to 4 cents a yard. At Lion Brand, it's $6.99 retail, and it is over $1 difference on sale, $4.54 at lionbrand.com, and it's coming out to 3 cents a yard. So I think that 3 cents a yard would actually make quite a difference if you're making, let's say that I wanted to make an outer garment or something with this, or, any kind of blanket or something that was going to take a lot. I mean, when you're looking at price per yard, it may not seem like that big of a deal, but this is 157 yards, right? And it's a little filler. I mean, honestly, if I'm going to make something, if I want to make a top out of this, I'm going to be making plus size. It's going to take more than one of these. I'll tell you that much right now. So, when you start thinking about how many you have to buy, that price per yard really makes a difference. Even the $1.08 that the price difference is between Joann's and Lion Brand, that makes a difference. If you're going to have to buy 15 of them, that's going to count for something. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping for that yarn. Now, this one is the one that's got me like a little sideways. I am trying my best to figure out what I'm going to do with this. This is the roving tweed. Now, let's see. It is in the color sea green. I have changed my mind about this yarn about 6 times since I saw it in the store. This was the prettiest color I thought that they had. They didn't have very many. They had maybe 3 of these, of the roving tweed. It says it is a bulky 5. Now, honestly, it is roving, so you can expect some, it's not going to be the same everywhere. And it's going to be variations. But, here's this bulky 5. And here's this bulky 5. You can see this is just quite a bit more dense. I'm not necessarily arguing that it's not a bulky 5, because I know that there's going to be highs and lows basically in this yarn, just because of the nature of it, and I don't mind that. This is 155 yards. What gets me about this yarn is the fluff. Okay, this is one of those yarns that if you wanted to be fancy, you could claim that it has a halo, but honestly, it's just going to come off on you. Here it goes. It's everywhere. Honestly. Okay? It's raining fuzz. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have its place, okay? But I mean, it is, I think it's acrylic. Yeah, it's 100% acrylic yarn. I guess what I'm saying when I say that is that it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, right? It is pretty fuzzy. And, when I'm wearing something that I've made, I want to wear it as a full garment, not individual fibers all over my other clothes. So it's something to consider. That being said, again, outer garments, hats, mittens, it is pretty. It's just pretty. For children, little hats and mittens, oh my goodness, that would be just beautiful. Another thing that I like about it is it's so squishy, soft. Honest to goodness, it feels like memory foam. It's just like, my gosh, it's so weird. It's just so soft, So it's like a mixed bag. So, let's look at the price of this. So here we are. It's 155 yards. And just comparatively, it's $10.99. If you think of it, and it's bulky, so it'll travel some distance. I was going to say comparatively, the Schitt's Creek is 372 yards for the same retail price, but it is what it is. Also, the Schitt's Creek sale price at Joann's is cheaper at $7.99, while the roving tweed is $8.24. You know, and frankly, I don't get that. If it's a 25% off sale, and Schitt's Creek is $10.99 and it's coming in at $7.99, and now we've got roving tweed is $10.99 and it's coming in at $8.24. So, Joann, have you lost your calculator? I don't know what's happening here. So, it's coming out at Joann's at 5 cents a yard. And compared to the Schitt's Creek at 372 yards, coming out at 2 cents a yard. Then you've got at Lion Brand, it is $9.99 retail, $6.49. So there's $1.75 difference between the two. That's pretty substantial at 4 cents a yard. So this comes in 6 colors. And it is machine wash, lay flat to dry. And I'm trying to see, it was made in Turkey. That's probably why it's so soft. So this one is kind of a mixed bag for me. I'm somewhere between annoyed with it and really, really like, it could be my favorite thing. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. I will work something up with this and I will let you know. Also, have you used it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Tell me. Tell me what you think about that one. Because it's a little bit of a mystery to me. Okay, so next we're going to look at something that actually has a proper halo. FOMO. Oh, this stuff. I just stood in Joann's. Just feel, I think they're going to kick me out of Joann's sometimes. I mean, I know that it may look weird. I'm standing in there just feeling the yarn. But I can't help it. It's so soft and pretty. So this is, it is faux mohair. And it is 53% viscose, 37% acrylic, and 10% nylon. Now, look at that halo on that. You see that? They've got this as a 4-weight. It is super tiny. I was going to say, my suggestion with this, look at that. Honestly, I would pair this with probably a 4-weight. Like maybe get maybe like the Schitt's Creek or the Loops and Threads Impeccable or something like that that's pretty well structured, and pair it with this pretty mohair or this faux mohair, and just let it wind in there with your project and give it that pretty halo. And by the way, this has a proper halo and it's not fluffing out at all. It's gorgeous. They did a great job with this. Well, there's a couple of flecks, but it's beautiful. This would look so pretty like in some sort of hood or fluffy hat, something that stays around the face, or a nice scarf that comes up. It's just beautiful. It really is. A sweater, that would be nice. So, let's talk about money. The FOMO is 328 yards, because it is very tiny. Retail price at Joann, $4.49. On sale for $3.37. It's coming down to 1 cent a yard. Okay, Lion Brand, $3.99, about 50 cents cheaper retail, and $2.59 is the sale price. It's less than half of a cent a yard at lionbrand.com. So really worth it. This is machine wash, lay flat to dry. I'm sorry, I have the sniffles. I have a little bit of a cold. Now, last but not least, I got this. I got 2 colors of this little bit of everything. Okay. This is, I had not seen this before. It is, let's see what it's made of. This is 45% acrylic, 26% cotton, 19% wool, 10% alpaca. You can see that it does have a lot of variance in there. There's a lot going on, but not in a bad way. You know what I mean? One complaint that I have is at Joann's. I mean, what is happening at Joann's? I had to stuff this label back on there. These were coming undone. They were coming apart on the shelf. And every one of them was just a mess. So, there was that. They're just falling out. This one is called Firefly Forest. And it is so pretty. Look at that. I mean, can you see that in just like, maybe like a fall wrap or something? Something like to put on at the end of summer. I guess the Firefly Forest thing's really got me going, but it is beautiful. And soft, and it's not shedding. It's nice. Okay, and this one is called, this one too is just amazing to look at. This is called Solar. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know if the flecks are showing up as good as they are in person, but it is gorgeous. Okay, both of these are just gorgeous. Now, they are a bulky 5. I know, it's got that halo on it, but I think maybe that they'd be hard pressed. You could put this with something else, like a double strand of something, but I don't know if I'm totally on board with the bulky 5 there. And their suggested hook size is 6.5. I don't know if I'm totally on board there either. So, I know you gotta give that halo room to spread though. So, I'd probably try it with the 6.5, and then if I felt like the stitches were too loose, I would either pair it with another yarn, or I would go down in my hook size when working with this. But honestly, it is so lovely. Just really lovely. I could see this. I could see this as a sweater. I think if I gave my daughter a sweater made of this, she would want to wear something under it, but it's not scratchy. It's just gorgeous, though. It's gorgeous. I could definitely see it as a wrap. Look at them when they're all laid there side by side, how that halo sort of just merges them together. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. So let's get some pricing on this, okay? The little bit of everything at Joann's is $7.99. And this is pretty impressive because Lion Brand also has them for $7.99 retail. On sale, Joann's is $5.99 and Lion Brand's is $5.19. So the difference is a little closer in this one. It's not too bad. These come in 6 different colors, and I've looked them up online. They are all beautiful. There's 164 yards. The price you pay at Joann's is going to be 4 cents a yard. And the price you pay at Lion Brand is coming in just one lower than that at 3 cents a yard. So, that's it. Money-wise, that's where it all lands. Now, opinion-wise, that's up to you. Now, also, I have links to all of these yarns down below. I do have affiliate links to all the Lion Brand products here. So, you all know about that. If you find a better deal, anywhere, you take it there. If you want to take advantage of the deals at Lion Brand this week, if you click my link, I'd sure appreciate it, so that I could go out and spend my pennies on some more yarn. But either way is fine with me. So you guys, go out and do something you love today. Okay? Go out and find some really pretty yarn. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Until next time.